my mother and father. I banned them from my house. I erase their names from every monument and document. They have ceased to exist.
Who is this? Who curses his mother and father? Can this be Admetos? Is he mad? Grief has made him mad. He doesn't know what he's saying.
The Admetos that brought Alcestis to the grave is like the body of a rat, trapped in his bones and sinews in the trap.
He's trying to chew it off, the whole body.
Admetos is trying to gnaw himself free from Admetos. Admetos is spitting out the torn flesh and the blood of Admetos.
Let's have us a drink!
Open the keg and give me a beer.
I've been a white rover this many a year. I spent all my money on whiskey and
Έσχος! Από όλους τους ανθρώπους που έχουμε φιλοξενήσει σε αυτό το σπίτι, τούτος είναι ο πιο παράξενος και ο χειρότερος. Έχουμε φιλοξενήσει εδώ ανθρώπους από όλο τον κόσμο, με τις παραξενιές τους, τις ιδιοτροπίες τους, αλλά τους δίνουμε όλους φαΐ και κρεβάτι και φιλοξενία να μην νοσοφέλουν. Αλλά τούτος είναι το κάτι άλλο! Ποιος νομίζει ότι είναι! Είναι απέσιος! Δεν βλέπει ότι το σπίτι έχει πέντος! Δεν μπορεί να σεβαστεί τη δυστυχία μας! Απλά μπαινοβγαίνει σαν κακομαθημένο παιδί! Σαν βουντυρόπεδο! Γκαρίζει σαν γαϊδούρι! Ένας καθώς πρέπει άνθρωπος θα είχε δεχτεί τη φιλοξενία μας σιωπηλά, με σεβασμό! Αλλά έχει τούτο το τέρας! Κρασί γκαρίζει! Κι άλλο κρασί! Κι ύστερα σηκώνει ένα ολόκληρο βαρέλι και το αδειάζει ολόκληρο!
Of all the guests we've ever had here, this one is the weirdest. Before we got the meat onto the table, he began to dance and sing. Listen! Wrangling the song in his own
Come back here,
broken
let me
throat.
get some sugar!
And calling for the actors. He wants to be entertained. Crazy drunk in 5 minutes flat. I never saw anything like it. Maids crying and cowering in the corner. Heracles bawling for more beef. The house in mourning for Alcestis. The hullabaloo. And nobody able to tell him we are in mourning for Alcestis because the senator had forbidden us to breathe a word of it. So while they go to the funeral, we have to put up with this drunkard. This mountain man, this wild man of the woods brought up by bears, this guzzler and devourer. We wanted to go to the funeral. Alcestis cared for us all. She murdered us all.
Αν αυτός ο τύπος είναι ενδεικτικός, αν τέτοιους τρελούς θέλει γύρω του, Θεή, σώσε μας από τη μοίρα μας.
Let me get some sugar, baby!
Άντρες!
Good! Good! Drink! Drink! Woo! What a party! Ladies, come! Come on!
This is a house of mourning. You're vandalizing the funeral of the mistress.
The funeral of your mistress? Which mistress?
Alcestis.
Alcestis?
She is dead. Admetos could not bring himself to tell you. He could not desecrate the sanctity of the hospitality he owed to his greatest friend.
He lied to me instead? Alcestis.
You see we're dressed in black.
While I was amusing myself with my noise, Alcestis lay dead.
And all of us died with her. Admetos died. These girls died. This is a house of mourning, Heracles.
Yes. His face was stricken, his eyes red. I saw it. I never interpreted. I thought some resident stranger had died. You let me think that. You let me think that. Where's the funeral? Where is Admitos? Where's the body of Alcestis?
Outside the grounds on the north road, you'll see the tomb of black marble. And the mourners, well, you'll hear them long before you get there.
There's only one thing to be done. What good are my fancy labors? Strangling lions, beheading dragons, pitching homicidal mesomorphs out of their strutting careers. These are paltry work. If Zeus was my father, what am I doing? Wasting my divine inheritance on such rabble. I need a challenge worthy of my father.
What of your labors?
Yes. Every labor so far has served only to prepare me for this. Death has taken Alcestis. What if I were to wrench Alcestis out of the grip of death and open her eyes as if she only fainted for a moment, blacked out for her first glimpse of nothingness? This will prove me a friend in need to Admetos and Alcestis. This will prove to Admetos that his respect for me was not misplaced. I must hurry. Death will be there already, lapping up the blood that pours from the sacrificed beasts. And then death, he'll bend over her. He'll embrace her. He'll plant his cold kiss on her dry lips. Then he will feel, as he bends there, my arms around his neck. And if I'm too late, no matter. I shall go down through the earth. And I shall penetrate the palace of the god of hell and his poor, unfortunate queen, Persephone. They will not refuse me. Then I shall pluck Alcestis from a tossing crowd of new shadows and hand her back to Admetos, this lord of hospitality. No one will ever say Heracles alone failed to respond in kind. Ah!
You should hide this grief inside your house.
Alcestis!
Ναι, υποφέρεις και θα υποφέρεις για πάντα.
This house neither the dead nor the living. The mind tries to be its own doctor, but every thought of her rips off the dressings, sets the blood flowing afresh. What has happened had to happen. Men have endured far worse, with silence. Some have even managed to smile.
Half the world's husbands lose their wives. Now live on and learn what it means.
All I want is to have her beside me.
You have been too fortunate, too spoiled, suffering the inescapable sorrow of living in the same world, as if death had come as a surprise.
As if it never came to any man before him.
As if it had chosen him unfairly. How childish.
Perhaps his wife is happy. Life is agony, and she is free of it. What greater good fortune can there be than to escape the worst that life can bear, as she has escaped it?
I have to face it. I dodged my fate. I, who should be dead, now has to live with this. At last I understand what that means. How can I enter my own house? Who will greet me there? Her empty chair? The imprint of her body on our bed, and our children crying for their mother. Everywhere I go, people will say the same thing. There he goes, that coward who was so afraid of death when his parents refused to die in his place. He cursed them. When death came shooting like an arrow, he dodged behind his wife. He let her die for him to save his life. Don't ask me to live when every man and woman know my story. How can I live with this?
You know about fate.
What must be will be. Man is quite helpless against it. Medicine prints and promises, but doctors perform only when fate lets them. greater than all gods. It has no face. It has no temple, no god.
Prayers or sacrifices cannot affect it.
What must be, will be.
Admetus, Fate is a goddess. She holds you now in her embrace. Forget your futile pleading for Alcestis. Stop wailing to have her brought back. Your new wife, Fate, will not permit it. Mourn, Alcestis, but be quiet about it. Life is what we can snatch from the smiles of fate. Either die or be happy. At least, be cheerful.
Death could not frighten Alcestis, but we pray to her to give us courage to live.
Pray to her, Admetus. Let us all pray to Alcestis. Alcestis, give us the courage to meet death with a cheerful face.
Give us the courage to live.
Admetus, I thought I was your friend. When I arrived here, I found you mourning, but you lied to me. You hid the truth that Alcestis was dead. See here, this woman is very special. I want you to protect her for me here till I come back, leading the horses of Diomed after I've killed their owner. And if by some decision of heaven, I fail to return, this woman is yours. Accept her as my gift, and I'll tell you, Admetus, I did not win her easily.
You understand, Heracles, why I hid my wife's death from you. But I must ask for a little further understanding concerning this woman. Seeing her standing there where Alcestis stood is agony to me. I can't bear to look at her. How can I keep her here displacing Alcestis? Don't ask me, friend. And where could I lodge her safely? This house is full of young men, well-fed and idle. Look how young she is. I could never guarantee my protection, however I might punish the guilty. You are asking me to do what might be impossible anyway. I could never keep her apart in my own chambers, sleeping in the bed of Alcestis. What would the mouths make of that? How I leapt from my wife's grave into the bed of a new woman? As if I let her die in my place simply to be free to do that. No. No. Whoever you are, I'm sorry. You are too like Alcestis. Heracles, take her away. I know she is not my wife, but looking at her, I see only my wife. Take her away.
If I had the strength to bring your wife back from the dead, my friend, be sure I would have done it. Losing the loved one is the worst grief.
Losing her, I've lost everything.
No man could have loved her as much as she was worth. Not even you.
How am I going to live? I don't want to live.
How can this help Alcestis?
It helps me to know that it is so, and will stay so. Take her in yourself.
She is yours, Admetus. I will not hand her to anyone but you.
I will not touch her.
Your hand, this one, lead her.
This is neither the time nor the place for your strength.
Welcome, your guest. Hold her.
All right. I will hold her hand.
Protect her, Admetus. cherish her. And one day you shall say, Heracles, the son of Zeus, was a noble guest. And now, Admetos, look at her. Look at her face, and tell us if she resembles Alcestis, as you thought she did. Forget sorrow. Look at happiness.
You gods in heaven, give me words. Heracles, have you hypnotized me to see what I cannot believe?
No hypnosis, Admetos. This is your wife, Alcestis!
Or a ghost conjured up for a moment? Heracles, you can do anything, but don't trick me.
I am your friend, remember? The son of Zeus, not a conjurer.
I buried her today.
This is your true and only wife.
Can I embrace her? Will she speak to me?
She is yours.
Alcestis! Heracles! Your labors, your entire glorious life is nothing to this. May Zeus, your father, guard your life as you have given me mine, as you have restored my wife's life to her. But how did this happen?
I fought with death.
Will she speak to me?
3 days of silence is a small price to pay. Farewell, my friend.
Heracles, this house is yours. Stay with us.
Another time. Work has to be done.
Be fortunate in the future as in the past. Come back to us in triumph, Heracles.
Yes.
Throughout my country, let us all give thanks. Let us all rejoice. Dancing, music, feasting, bonfires!
Hey!
He cheated me.
Let Alcestis live, old man.
You're a worthy opponent.
Until next time.
Hey!
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Yanni and Eric. Thank you.
Okay, good job.
Actually, very good job. I was, of course,